key of D. As you're following any of the series of videos I'm doing, I'm playing through some of the materials from my A-Toodz book. It's called Rock and Blues Fiddle Jam A-Toodz. I intended it, if you haven't caught this by yet, I intended it to be the follow-up of my first book, the Fiddle Jam, A Way Cool, Easy Way to Learn How to Improvise, which is out all over the world. And if there was any one complaint people had in learning to improvise, they always said, "But I don't know what to play." I said, "Of course you don't know what to play. You just have to listen inside and play that." So that's a little daunting for some people. So I wrote a whole book of licks and tricks for people to try. And maybe you can learn from these too. Now, if you have the book already, thank you. And if you go to page 19, it's the first level of D major. Let me scan through a few things. Now, D major scale, hopefully you all know. But the cool part is when we get into pentatonics, the 5-note version of this scale. So it skips the 4th note, and it skips the 7th note. 2, 3, skips the 4th, the 5, 6, skips the 7, and 8. You can take the other octaves. Already starts sounding cooler, doesn't it? It takes the boring major scale, the do, re, mi as we call it, skips a couple notes, and all of a sudden you sound like you're hip, right? So, let's try a few things. If you want to, even if you have the book, if you want to just try repeating after me, that's a good exercise too. Even if you can read, if you can't read, repeat after me, that's all you got. But if you can read the music, go ahead and do it or not. Sometimes it's good just to develop your ear. So here I'm starting in measure 9 and the level 1. There's 3 levels of each key that I'm doing plus groove tunes, little numbers, ditties. I'll see if I can jump into them. Measure 9. 2, 3, 4. You try. Got the idea? I'm going to try measure 10. Go. You. 11. You. 12. You. Get the idea? So each measure up to a double bar, or each phrase up to a double bar, is meant to have maybe the teacher play it and then you play it back. Or just play it a couple times so you get the hang of it until it becomes second nature. All right, so it goes across a few strings. We start getting into easy riffs down in measure 25. I got sunshine on a cloudy day, right? Try that again. 2, 3, 4. Get the idea? I'll measure, as long as we're right there, 27. Listen to me. It's a 2-measure thing. Ready, go. Got a little rhythm to it. Ready, again. Got all right? That's the kind of stuff we do in level 1, sticking straight with the pentatonic scale, the major pentatonic. Level 2, the second page, page 20 in the book, it starts introducing the blue notes into this stuff. Is where it gets really saucy and cool. So, the flatted third. Now, in this key, F sharp is the 3rd note, as you may know. And this, if I say the flatted third, doesn't mean it's an F flat. It means it's an F natural because it was F sharp. The F natural is called the flatted third for those who are learning their theory, or the mechanics, as I better like to call it. Try that. Now that note is a minor note, but sometimes in the bluesier style we use that note and slide it around up to major as well. In measure 10 on this page, now so you go, oh, that's cool. Measure 10 again. Go. Slide. It may be kind of weird to slide your finger and slide the bow for some people. Give it a try with both directions. You're going to slide up and do a down bow as well, but still slide up. Some people have difficulty with that at first. You should be able to do that with both directions of the bow. Measure 11. that, but goes down in the G string. So this key has nothing but D's, E's, F sharps, A's, B's ad nauseum. But it also throws in the flatted third for the bluesy sound, which is an F. It can go up in the E string and do the same thing. Look at measure 15 on this page. This kind of stuff is in countless fiddle tunes. So again, low one. I'd suggest you repeat these things until they groove for you, until you get comfortable, almost if they're a song in themselves. Jumping down further, measure 20 adds the flatted seventh, another kind of saucy note. Kind of a cool meat and potatoes kind of sound. Again, go. Got it? 21. Try it again. Go. I'm going to try 22 now. Ready? Go. It's okay to slide these notes a little bit. Do your own thing with them. You can do your own bowings. These are meant to develop your own vocabulary. Try 22 again. Ready? Go. 23. Skipping ahead to 25, I go up in out of the first position a little bit just by sliding your finger. I know some people that freaks them out. It's a high fourth finger. Sorry. That's right, I had it right. Just slide the finger up a little bit. That's a C. And on measure 26, come back down with it. So C, B, A, low one, F sharp. Getting the hang of it? So we take a major scale, we take a couple notes away, we start adding some in-between notes, and you start to get hipper and hipper. This is stuff you don't learn in the classical studies. On measure 28, we add the flatted fifth in. It's stolen from the blues scale itself. Just plop that low fourth finger right next to the third. Try that. Let's shake those couple notes around and measure 29. Again. The flat fifth is cool. I'm going to jump ahead to measure 32. It takes that A flat, the flatted fifth note of the scale, down on the G string. There's a couple of blues notes. So low one, 1, 3, low. Again. So you start jamming around with this stuff and doing your own thing. That's called jamming. You're building a vocabulary of ideas and motions and muscle memories that you can apply, and you'll find them in fiddle tunes. You go, oh, there's that thing again, and your fingers will just go there. I'm going to jump ahead so these things don't get too long. Just want this to be an introductory thing for those who don't have the book, and maybe a little bit of play along for those who do. In level 3, I usually go a little crazier, get into double drones, double strings. We start adding in whatever open strings fit into the key. In this key, D and A are prime notes, so the root and the fifth, those are the best notes you can do to drone along. And get you technically ready for these things right at the top. Measure 83. It goes the fourth finger D and open D, because later we'll be playing them together. It's got a cool, thick chorusing sound. There's only 3 of those instances on the violin where that happens. Double D's, double A's, and double E's. All 3 of those fit in this key of D because D is the root, A is the fifth, and E is the second note, which is part of the scale as well. So we can throw in those things too. So let's try and work the famous fiddle thing in measure 83. I'm taking the lowered fourth on D flat or C sharp and open D. It's not bad for a second, but releases. Again, slur. heard that before. It's kind of a cool fiddle thing. So below that, I get some parallel fifths, which are kind of crazy in my opinion. But we get to mix this all together in what I've termed the Mixo-Bluesian scale. That's not a real name, but I made it up. It's Mixolydian mode mixed with blues all together. So the whole scale would be all these notes that we've worked on in all these exercises. And I work back down. Notice coming down, I don't necessarily do them all in order. I slide them around in musical ways because often the blue notes will slide upwards to their major component, and that happens in music. So I tried to make these as realistic as I could, not just run a bunch of scales. That's not what this is about. None of my materials are really about that. Then at the end, we get into some crazier riffs. These I always try and put a few twists in, so even a classically trained player will stumble a little bit. So I'll do them nice and slow. I'm going to start in measure 100. Try that with me. Now, this is one of the very few times I suggested bowings. Any bowing you want to do is fine. I developed, because this is training for improvisation, so you should always do your own thing. But if you just lay naturally, and I put suggestions there. Dun, dun, do, do, ready, go, now. Again. Measure 101. Again, triple that. Oh, I can't talk and do it all at the same time. Measure 101, go. Again. Oh, I messed it up. I can't talk. Ready, go. 102. I like that one. Ready, go. Slide. One more time. Ready, go. Good, cool stuff. The next measure, 103. That's a little tougher. Let's go slower than that. That's all double drone stuff going on. So it's the flat fifth, the A flat with open D, C with D, open D. Now A droned with F, and the double drone A's, F to F sharp. If you play without the drones, it's an easy enough line, but put those open strings droning along and all of a sudden you sound very fiddly. I like it. Let's see, now I get a little crazier in the last line, 104. Oh, there's a triple in there. Crazy. Ready? But all in the key. In the key of D. D. Again. Okay, and the last one starts with a triplet as well. Ready, go. I think I did it right. My screen turned off. I'll do it slower for you. Without the drones, it'd be. This is pretty easy. Try that without the drones again. Even I messed it up a little bit, and I wrote it. Ready, go. There you have it. So that's the kind of stuff. It takes it one level at a time. There's much, much more that I'm showing here. I'm just skipping randomly through, and then we get to a page of groove tunes, as I've said before. These are mini little songs, maybe 4 measures long, something you can get a good sense of rhythm to, repeat them until they're comfortable. Let's try number 1. Groove 2 to D major number 1. This is on page 22 if you're in the book. So it has some of the similar bowings you've already had. I'll go very slow first. All the coolest possible stuff I could come up with. So in key of D, this is the stuff. So let's try it again. The first beat is, for those who are trying without reading. Second beat is, it's F, it's landing F sharp. Put those two beats together. Again. Good. Third beat. And the fourth together. Again. How about that first measure now? How you doing? Okay? Again now. That's the first measure. We got 3 more. Second measure. Try that. The second beat is A, B, C natural. Ready, go. Got it? One more time. The third beat in that measure is triplet. Same notes again. The fourth beat, it's an F sharp. It can throw you a little bit because there's been F naturals and F sharps, but the last one was an F sharp, so that one will be an F sharp as well. So that whole measure, the second measure of groove 2 in D number 1. If you wanted to slide that, you could. Let's try the 2 measures now from the beginning. Ready, go. That's the kind of stuff. I don't have to beat this to death. A lot of cool stuff. I think it's cool, and it'll train you for the cool stuff. That's what these A-Toodz are all about. If you like them, check it out. I'll be doing more of these little practice sessions, promo practice sessions. And if you're a reader, great, it's made for you if you want to do the hip stuff. If you're a non-reader, a little stuck in this one, but it's a good experience for you to try and learn to read. The level 1 stuff is very easy. You could teach yourself. It's not that hard, and it does not suck the soul out of your playing. No way. It's a stupid myth. I've talked about that at length on the site before. So, learn to read is just like learn to read words. Does that suck the soul out of you? No. It just makes you smarter. It makes you have more opportunities. Same with learning to read. You don't have to have somebody like me spoon feed you every note. You can read the book, teach yourself. So, I hope this helps, and if it does, leave some comments. If it doesn't, leave some comments too. I'm going to do it all. So, amen, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be B minor, by the way, related to D.